Welcome
Before
back
you
to our
talk
next.
now. Oh, you were going to.
My
We're
gosh.
off to a great start. Go ahead.
Welcome back to our next leg in our race around the world here at Pitstop Pals, part of the Reality Realm Network. My name is Kevin Oliver, sometimes go by Interrupted.
And my name is Skippy.
That is not true at all.
No, Kevin's name is Skippy, but my name is Bruce Heller.
Also known as the Interrupter. Um,
Did we just make Skippy canon?
you did.
Have we
You,
introduced that to the reality realm world now?
you did.
Yes, but it's canonized now.
But we did nothing. You did it.
Oh, I'm not gonna reference it. It's just funny that that's part of the canon now.
You probably are going to reference it.
No, because I'll forget about it.
But then you'll try it again sometime and forget that you did it this time, and I'll have to call you an idiot.
Yeah, yeah. Between you and a couple other friends I have definitely have enough friends that keep me in check and point out that I'm not the smartest person sometimes.
Sometimes.
Always lovingly though, but
Neither
it's always like me and Kevin were at a wedding on Saturday and really didn't talk to
one
each
of
other
us
very
were
much.
getting married, by the way.
But I would, yeah, not us. But even without talking to Kevin very much, I was still kept in check and reined in with the jokes pretty consistently.
By who?
My friend Parker and our mutual friend Isaac and maybe mutual friend Sean, maybe my friend, I'm not sure how well you know him.
Okay.
The same people that always do it basically when you're not around.
I didn't know how much you spoke to or talked to Sean, but
Eh, mostly in group settings.
mhm.
Sean's awesome though.
Fair enough. Cool guy. Yeah. Anyway, this is an Amazing Race podcast, believe it or not. What
Yeah,
kind
this
is
isn't just us
voltage?
talking about our friends, believe it or not. Nobody would listen to that show.
You're probably right. Anyway,
I'm
The
always
Amazing
right.
Race, season 29, rewatch episode 4, Another One Bites the Dust. Do you know who said Another One Bites the Dust?
Freddie Mercury.
He sang it.
Singing is just talking, but your voice goes up and
Yeah,
down.
but he did not say it on this episode because he's dead.
You didn't ask who said it on this episode. You just asked me who said it.
That was implied, dingus.
Yes, but I don't know the answer, so I gave an answer that I do know.
Well,
Like when
technically, it
suddenly
was the
ask me
show
what time it is at camp, and I say it's daytime because I don't want to pull my phone out.
because you're lazy.
High schoolers are just fun to mess with too.
It was technically the show. It was part of a clue, but also
Because
Liz,
Freddie Mercury said it, so I'm taking credit for being right.
you're still not right. But Liz and Mike did say it a couple times when they were trying to figure out where they were supposed to be.
Excuse me.
Um, but yeah, it was not your normal like funny quote this week. Speaking of funny quotes, you got any?
I have like one or two because I wasn't listening for them.
Okay.
Um, this one's from the end. It's Ashton saying, "We have to run this race. I'm stuck with him. It is what it is." And they camera pans over to Vonk, who's just completely silent and doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the episode for them. And she calls him Vank a bunch of times, and I thought his name was Vonk, so I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Either I don't know what his name is, or she doesn't know what his name is.
Huh, let me see here.
But yeah, I really don't have anything else. I wasn't listening for funny
You
quotes.
said a couple, and then you gave me that one. What the heck?
I thought I had more written down.
Yeah, it's Vonk.
Yeah, she called him Vank like 80 times in the episode.
I did hear that. Quotes from me. Hi, welcome to hell. Brooke says as somebody showed up at the lock challenge.
Oh, that's
Um,
crazy.
she also said, "I'm just gonna climb in here and cry."
Understand.
Also at the lock challenge. Um, while they were waiting to see if Shamir and Seth were going to show up to the ferry, Vonk says, "Let's not count our chickens or our eggs." Redmond, when I woke up today, I thought, I hope I make a ladle.
I
Um,
don't like him, but that's funny.
we're gonna have to take a penalty. It looks like a 1-year-old made it. Also, Brooke talking about her ladle.
Yeah,
And Sarah, I will poop myself if we see people.
that was good.
Shamir goes, "That's a weird thing to do when you're excited."
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm surprised
Um,
Amir didn't use that as an opportunity to complain about his junk hurting again.
yeah, he's annoying.
Pair him and
Um,
Redmond together.
anyway, speaking of Redmond, as we get into this, we get Ashton and Vonk talking about how they are a weak team according to Redmond, and Matt and Redmond walk up to Ashton and Vonk, and they had the intention supposedly to squash their beef.
Yeah, that's
Um,
not what happened.
but they both said that it's over, and I don't believe it in the least.
No, because Redmond's still super salty.
And so is Ashton.
You could also pair those two together and get some entertainment.
Again, okay. So we start this leg with a clue. Find out we are not leaving Zanzibar or Tanzania. We're not leaving Tanzania. We will leave Zanzibar. We're not leaving Tanzania.
Correct.
Um, but they have
Staying
to
here
prove.
with the Tanzanian devil. Well, that's Tasmanian. Never mind. I thought I
Dear
was so
Lord.
clever. I thought I had a cool Looney Tunes reference, and I got the wrong country.
Yeah, that was not right.
The Tanzanian devil can be the Walmart version of Taz, though. This,
You know, Bruce. If you ever reproduce, I'm gonna start praying now for the world in which Bruce reproduces and has little Bruces running around.
yes, that sounds fun.
Little
I
Bruce is
just
running
I just
around?
started an off-brand Looney Tunes though, so we're doing good.
Okay. Anyway, they had to proceed to it into Stone Town to the Mercury House, the childhood home of Mr. Freddie Mercury, but they happened to use Freddie Mercury's real name, and so some people were confuzzled as to um, what they were supposed to be looking for. Bruce, I don't like this. Why do you have power?
I wasn't sure you noticed because you're always looking at your notes. I'll change it back.
I just got a notification about
Dang it! I thought it was
it.
something. Okay, I changed it back. Let's keep going.
Now that bothers me more.
It's your name.
Yeah, but you have a lowercase k and an uppercase O.
Oh well, deal with it. The people don't want to hear us complain about screen names.
Well, this is your fault. How
Okay,
do you do
keep
this?
talking. I'll fix it.
No, I got it. I got this. Anyway, Um, so they had to go find Freddie Mercury's home, not knowing necessarily that it was Freddie Mercury. And we saw two sides of the same coin here with Mike and Liz, who the guys that they talked to had no absolute clue what they were talking about. They said whatever that guy's name was that whatever Freddie Mercury's real name was, they said that that dude's house was demolished years ago, which just isn't true. And so Mike and Liz were at these like house ruins, pouring out bags and digging through rubble, looking for a clue. And it just wasn't working out because that's not what was supposed to be happening.
Picks up a faded yellow bag. Hey, this bag's the right color. No.
Yeah. I mean, kind of, but it wasn't what was supposed to be. And then you had like Tara and Joey, who their taxi driver actually knew what they were talking about and took them where they were supposed to go.
Yes.
And they once they get to Freddie Mercury's childhood home, there's uh, a clue box there in the home, and they look at it, and uh, we're starting off this leg with the detour. Bruce, do you want to tell about lock or knock?
Yes. So you have to find a box that has a key in the hidden compartment, and there's so many
Wait,
boxes. But or you can do knock and you go door to door and retrieve three wooden carvings and bring them to the shop.
yes. The thing about lock, nobody knows about this hidden compartment. And most people, it takes them forever to figure it out. The thing about knock is there's only three correct doors, and they're called royal doors. They're really fancy. They are distinguished by a lion, a serpent, and a falcon etched into the top of the door. And a lot of people, they don't really have clues other than the fact that these are royal doors. Um, but the teams that did lock were Mike and Liz. Eventually, Tara and Joey, because Tara and Joey switched from knock to lock and then back to knock. Matt and Redmond. Team Lolo. Brooke and Scott, and Becca and Floyd. The people who did knock were once again Tara and Joey twice. Vonk and Ashton, and Shamir and Sarah, and Lolo, because Lolo also switched from lock to knock. Um, and the thing about knock is the the roads, the alleyways in Zanzibar are like a maze, and it's really easy to get lost or to end up back where you were. Um, but anyway, Tara and Joey, like I said, they started out with knock, and then they found one on accident. They had no idea what they were looking for, but they found one, and then they couldn't find a second, so they switch. And Tara is automatically regretting the decision to switch. Um, and then they quickly choose to go back, even though Joey does not want to go back.
Yeah.
Uh, Scott and Brooke, they followed Lolo to the Mercury house because Lolo was able to figure out or talk to somebody who figured out where they were supposed to go, and Scott and
Because
Brooke
the
followed them.
Mercury house got torn down. It doesn't exist anymore, remember?
Yeah, according to some dude in a random house.
I
Um,
like that guy. Just insert chaos into the situation.
well, I don't like that it was Mike and Brooke or Mike and Liz that got the
Yeah,
repercussions of that.
same, but
But
it's still funny.
eventually, Mike and Liz had gotten to lock, and Mike was actually the first person, and rather quickly, to figure out that there is a hidden compartment in each chest, and they were able to find it pretty quickly. We also had some fighting between Vonk and Ashton because Ashton thought she knew where she was going, and Vonk wanted to have the guy Google about the royal doors, and she was not having it. She just wanted to leave. We also find out these keys are difficult to open, by the way, on lock. But once you finish your detour, you're supposed to get back on the ferry and head back to Dar es Salaam to go to the metal shop. We're going back onto the mainland of Tanzania and away from the island of Zanzibar.
And we get to ride a boat to do that.
Yeah, just like they had to get there.
And every team but one is on the boat.
Very true. All right, you keep talking for a second about um just a second.
Okay. So, audience, show and tell time. We haven't done this for a while. This is my water bottle. I got it a few months ago. It's big. It's 64 ounces. We can do a bit of a show and tell within the show and tell here. So I have a blue sticker and a sticker with my college on it and a sticker that says Naboo. That's a planet on Star Wars, but the sticker looks like a national park sticker. So that's really cool and fun. We've got a High Hill Christian Camp sticker. That's one of my very favorite places on the planet. We have Cobra Kai because I'm a big fan of the show Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid movies. We have The Mandalorian, who, as you guys on the show know, I love Star Wars. So that's my new-ish water bottle. Got it back in June. And those are all the stickers. In summary, we have Mandalorian, Cobra Kai, High Hill Christian Camp, Central Christian College of the Bible, St. Louis Blues, and the planet Naboo. So, yeah. I also have my soda bottle, Mountain Dew Voltage. It's blue raspberry flavored. It's very good.
I'm back.
You're back?
Yeah, I'm back.
He's sending me mixed messages. He said he's back, and as he did that, he got up and left.
I'm back. I talked while I was away from the screen.
Oh,
Um,
we did show and tell while you were gone.
yeah, awesome. Fun stuff. Um, anyway, as we are going through these detours, Vonk wanted to switch, and Ashton didn't. Once again, lack of agreeable communication.
They're a mess this episode.
Yes, they are. Um, but finally, teams start to figure out about this hidden compartment. Brooke figures it out. Scott found one. Then they watch Brooke and Scott do that. Matt and Redmond do. So then Matt finds one that same way. Joey, a guy from Boston, admitted that he was 100% wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Because Tara was able to find the second royal door, and he goes, "You're right. I'm 100% wrong."
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. And since Brooke and Scott found one, they were trying to like unlock their key, and they were having trouble. So Brooke kept looking, and she found a second key, and they were able to get it with that key.
Yeah.
And then Scott gave Becca the second key that he couldn't get to work.
Hmm.
And Brooke was not happy about it, but Becca was able to get it to work, and well, Becca and Floyd now owe Scott and Brooke a favor.
That is true.
Like always, Shamir is being a pain in the butt this episode.
Yeah.
He's being negative and arguing. It was at this point that Lolo switched, and as they left the lock place, they ran into a woman that knew exactly where all three locations they needed to go to the doors were. They got all three of the carvings before Shamir and Sarah. Shamir and Sarah had their two and couldn't find the third one. They got all three of their carvings before Shamir and Sarah were ever able to find the third, because they never were able to find the third. They were looking for the third for over 2 hours before they gave up and went to the other one.
Yeah.
But Lolo made it onto the ferry, and then the ferry left. And once they got back to the mainland of Tanzania, There was a roadblock called heavy metal. Do you want to explain the roadblock?
Yes. The roadblock is called heavy metal, and you're making a cooking utensil in a loud metal shop. So loud I can barely hear Phil explain it to me right now. When the work passes Mohammed's standard, they get a clue.
Yeah, they had to cut, slice, and pound metal into a ladle strainer.
And it's loud in there. Like I legitimately, like I wrote, could barely hear Phil telling me how it works.
Yeah, yeah, it was loud, and he told us that ahead of time too.
Yeah.
So there, that. Anyway, the people who did this were Vonk, Becca, Joey, Brooke, Mike, Redmond, and Logan. And we find out that the snips were dull. They were bending the metal. It's just not great tools that they're working with here. Um, and we had this cool scene where Mike was explaining, like talking about how much we take even the little things like the machinery that we have to do this kind of work in the United States for granted. Because over in third world countries like this, they have to do this hard work. And we see how hard it is because Brooke is breaking down because she doesn't think she's strong enough to do this and she's struggling. And she pulled Scott aside at one point and said, I need you to tell me I can do this. And as she left Scott, Scott said, use the relationships. And so she went over to Becca and asked her for pointers, and Becca offered to cut the circle for her
Yeah,
to
that's
repay.
so nice.
Yeah, and oh, she did it to repay a favor, I think. But
Still though.
but
Love that.
because she did it, and then she comes back and says, now we have no debts. But she did that hard part for her. But then on a contrast, we see somebody like Redmond who knows that telling Brooke to calm down is not going to help her calm down, but piss her off more, and knowingly kept doing it to piss her off more.
Mm-hmm.
And admitted that to us in confessional.
Oh, Redmond.
Yeah, I'm sick of him.
Remember your thoughts on him and all them as a team after the first episode?
Them as a team, my thoughts still remain.
Yes, but with the content we get of them as a team is mostly of him. We don't hear from Matt very much. Their content as a team is very Redmond driven.
It is. My
So that
point
kind of
is,
drags them down for me because I don't like him and I don't hear very much of the one that I do like. So I'm like, okay, I just don't
right.
want to hear from you.
Well, my thoughts as a team don't change the fact that I don't like Redmond.
No, but you really like both of them after the first episode.
I did. That has changed.
That's what
But
I'm talking about.
well,
Not
that's
like their
not
strength as a team, but how much you like them.
okay. Well, that was not how I interpreted what you said.
Well, you interpreted wrong. But anyway,
You weren't very clear either. But
nothing's
anyway.
ever my fault. It's okay.
Anyway, Tara and Joey were the first people to finish building their ladle strainer, and when you finish, they dip it in the pasta to show you that it actually works. But we find out that the pit stop is Cocoa Beach, and the last person there may be eliminated. And
I want
Tara
some
and
of
Joey,
that pasta.
yes, it looked good. Tara and Joey were the first team there,
They
and
were.
they received $5,000 each.
Yes.
And right after they found that out, here come running up Becca and Floyd from starting the leg in last to finishing it as team number two. Team Fun is having fun again.
Yes.
Um, Something I really liked that happened next in the episode was Mike. He finished third, and like he was the third team, like person to finish this building the ladle. But before he left, he stopped at Brooke and he was encouraging her. And he showed her some tips on what to do. And he didn't have a reason to be nice. He was just a nice guy.
Correct.
And it was just cool. Um, but Liz and Mike they finished third. Matt and Redmond fourth, and Team Lolo finished fifth.
Yes.
Oh, Vonk and Ashton finished team six, and Phil asks them at the finish line, "Is there a team more different than you two?"
Huh. Nope.
And then Ashton talks about how she's not happy about being Vonk's partner, like you talked about earlier.
She's not very nice to him.
She's not a great human, but that's besides the point.
They're just they their style of approaching the race is so different because he wants to be thorough and he wants to Google things and make sure they're right first. And she's like, "Oh, let's just go. We'll figure it out as we're going."
And he also does things like talks about the angle in relative to their direction as to where they're going. Like he says, let's go 135 degrees southwest.
Yeah, he lost me on that one.
I'm like, what?
Is
Okay.
he the one that pulled out a compass at one point?
He has a compass.
Okay, well,
It makes sense.
yeah,
Anyway, Brooke and Scott, they finish as team number 7 here. And I just want to point out when he said that Cocoa Beach was your lighting is not great right now, Bruce.
I know it keeps going in. I don't know why. My office does this when we record sometimes.
I think it's almost like when you like move away or aren't looking straight on, the lighting dims. I think that is it.
This is working. I'm holding the computer in the air right now with like above where the light is in the ceiling or under it, I guess.
Right. Um, but I just want to say when they announced Cocoa Beach as the pit stop, he said the last team to check in here may be eliminated. No, the last team to check in at the pit stop was not eliminated because we had a full elimination here.
Yeah, Phil had to go to the challenge to get them, which is rare, and it usually makes me feel bad for the team. But
I don't feel
this
bad
one
for
was
Shamir and
Shamir,
Sarah
so I
here.
felt a little bit less bad than normal.
Team number 8, they are eliminated, also known as Phil eliminated, because Phil had to go to them. And do you have any final thoughts on Shamir and Sarah as a team?
Bye, Shamir.
Amen.
I did have one thought last night, though. We have
Okay.
we've had a season where it was like families and bigger teams where like they played with the number of people on each team. What if
There
we
were,
did a solo season?
I don't think they would ever,
I don't think they would, but I'm intrigued by the idea.
because the whole thing, like a big part of the Amazing Race is teamwork.
Yeah, I don't. This goes back to when you called me production's worst nightmare.
Yeah. I truthfully, I just don't think that would work.
I think it would work. It just wouldn't be entertaining. Like
The Amazing Race.
logistically, they could do it.
I think it would be Traveling Survivor.
Do what?
I think it'd be more like Traveling Survivor.
Yes, but without the like social strategic gameplay and more heavy on the challenges.
Right. I just think it takes away from what the Amazing Race is. I don't
I
think
agree. It's just you asked if I had thoughts. You didn't ask specifically for good thoughts.
actually, but those thoughts had nothing to do with what I asked you for thoughts on.
It did because I thought of that my when Shamir and Sarah went home. I'm like, I'd be sad if it was just Sarah going home, but it's Shamir too. Then I'm like, well, what if it was just Sarah or just Shamir? Whoa, solo season. So it was related.
If you say so.
The train of thought tracks there.
It's maybe a little off the track, but okay.
Fine. Let's hand out a save every episode again.
But you are production's worst nightmare.
We've had
Shamir,
this. You've called me production's worst nightmare on a previous episode.
I know.
I think
And
you also said I was Survivor Production's worst nightmare,
you
but I
are
don't
every
necessarily agree
production's
with
worst
that
nightmare.
one.
You are just every production's worst nightmare.
I haven't given Big Brother production a reason to hate me yet, but I'm new to that show.
You're
So,
new, yeah. Give it time. Give it time.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, Shamir and Sarah, they are gone, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
I'm sad Sarah's gone. I'm not sad Shamir is gone.
Hmm.
I think
But
he should
next
have
time
to wear
on,
a harness on the plane ride home.
I hope they made him. Next time on, we're gonna be in Norway,
Whoa!
and Liz and Michael are going to have some navigation issues, and Team Fun's gonna jump out of a helicopter. That's all I know.
I did watch the scenes from next episode this week. So,
Hmm.
that helicopter ride looks awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Bruce, do you want to let's jump into power rankings unless you have anything else from the episode?
Nope.
Okay, so he got it seventh.
I have Vonk and Ashton.
I expected that from you.
I said last week that if the communication issues were overblown for the preview, I would rank them higher. And they weren't overblown. She literally said, I'm not happy about having him as a partner, but I'm stuck with him. So I
We
assume
kind
it'll get
of knew
worse.
that from week one, though. She
What?
kind she kind of felt that way from the start.
Yeah, but then they had a couple good weeks. Now they had another terrible week, and I think this is the real version of them. I think the two good weeks were kind of fluky.
Interesting. My team in last is Lolo,
Whoa.
and Lolo might be
Whoa,
my
whoa.
whoa might be my favorite team, or at least the top two team for me in like likability. They they've just been living in the back, and the only reason they finished as high as they did is because seven of the eight teams were on one ferry ride.
Yes.
So they need to show me more.
Yeah.
Who you got in sixth?
Brooke and Robbie. I was half right. There is a Brooke on this one at least.
There is. Is that who you got though, Brooke and Scott?
Yes, but I like Brooke and Robbie better.
Yeah, me too.
Bro, your ride with Brooke and Robbie on that rewatch was fantastic because they went from your least favorite to like one of your top tier favorites.
They were my favorites by the end, yeah.
And they might have been your least favorite star. No, Jim and Misty,
Him and
but
Misty.
you went on a wild ride with Brooke and Robbie, and I kind of love that.
Yes, it was incredible. Why do you have Brooke and Scott in sixth?
Well, they finished second to last, and the team that finished behind them isn't there anymore. And London and Logan, I think, have finished ahead of them the last time or two. So let me find it. Hmm. I don't know where it is in my notes. I deleted a bunch of notes recently.
That's okay. I think you're right.
I'm always right.
That is not true.
Too late.
No, it's not. I also have Brooke and Scott in sixth. Um, they show signs of being able to do good things, but not as many signs as they show of not being a overly functioning team.
Yeah,
So, this is where they got to live for now.
that's fair.
Who do you have in fifth?
In fifth place, I have London and Logan.
You want to elaborate?
Yes, there's two teams worse than them and four teams better than them. My analysis was so good he disappeared. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I had my notes pulled up, and when I came back to open Zoom, you were gone, and I thought my analysis was just so good you spontaneously combusted. Is he frozen or is he not saying anything? I can't tell. Are you there? Did I lose you? Are we back?
I'm here. I've been here the whole time.
I don't know what happened.
You dropped.
Okay, so I'm gonna chalk that up to my analysis was so good that it broke Zoom.
No, I'm gonna chalk it up to you have bad internet connection.
This is the first time this has happened since my church got new internet back in like December or January or whenever it was.
I think it's because you were not in your office.
There's I've recorded from out there before though. And there's a I don't know. The internet just dipped for whatever reason. Fluke.
Yeah.
But
So you
my
said
analysis on London and Logan was so good that Zoom broke is my official statement.
no,
Man, you can't let me have anything.
not that. I'm not letting you think you're so good that Zoom broke because of you.
I already think that. It's funny that you think you can change that.
Well, I'm not letting you make that the official statement of our podcast.
I didn't say it was. I said it was my official statement.
But you're 50% of this podcast. So,
Yeah, I never said it was the podcast statement. I said it was mine.
whatever.
I made my own press release aside
No,
from you in the show.
no, you didn't. In fifth place, I have Vonk and Ashton
Wow.
because I think that they could recover from this a lot more. I have some hope compared to your no hope. Um,
It's not that I have no hope, it's that my hope is bleak.
well, I have more than bleak hope,
Okay.
and so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here and think that they are a better team than the two than what is. I think that Lolo and Brook and Scott could be a better team. What happened?
I tried adjusting my background thinking that would fix the lighting and it just made me disappear for a second.
It didn't fix the lighting.
It did not, but I'm in space now. I just
uh,
teleported into space. It's not
that's
a Zoom
crazy.
background or anything.
That's crazy. But I put them here because of that. Who you got
Yeah.
for?
Number four, let me find my notes. Number four is Liz and Michael.
Interesting. You gonna sit here in silence, or are you gonna tell me about it?
Well, you didn't ask me to.
But why do I have to prompt it? It's an every time thing.
Well, I'm difficult.
Amen.
No, I like them. They've been really strong. I just lit. There's at least two teams that have been consistently bet. Well, no,
That's
I
not
don't.
even that's not even logically true.
I said it was wrong as soon as I said it. Becca and Floyd and Matt and Redmond, I think, are the top two teams. And Tara and Joey won this leg. So this is where Liz and Michael land this time.
Okay. Here I have Becca and Floyd.
Okay.
Seventh to second, I think they are better than fourth place. Um, but I can't argue with the week in, week out performance of the three teams that I have above them.
Yeah.
Who do you have at three?
Tara and Joey, they won this leg, but the other two teams have been better on the other legs. Sort of. I'm counting both Becca and Floyd's actual finish and their fake finish that they would have had the
Just for
passport thing
the
not
rec,
happened.
just for the record, you know Tara and Joey got second last week, right?
I think I forgot that. I still have more faith in Becca and Floyd, just gut feeling, but
That's fine. You do you. I just wanted on the record that
that I'm dumb.
no, that I don't know that Tara and Joey have a lower average placement. I would have
No.
to.
Well, in my head they do, therefore it's true for these purposes.
Your head says a lot of things.
Sometimes they make sense.
Debatable. I just want to look at something real quick. This is episode 4, correct?
Yes, episode 40.
Episode 4. Tara and Joey. 3, 10, 16. So far, for the record, Matt and Redmond have a better average placement, but Beck and Floyd do not
Huh.
than Tara and Joey. Anyway, my number 3 is Matt and Redmond. Hello?
I'm here. I was listening. I was waiting for you to finish looking stuff up.
Well, that was like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, then I was listening to you talk. You talk a
With your
lot.
with your phone in the right in the camera's way though.
Yeah, I can still hear. My phone wasn't in front of my ears.
Right, but that
You
is
listen with your ears, not with your eyes.
you do realize that this video gets posted on YouTube though.
Yeah, but most people listen to us on audio.
Either way. Anyway, Matt and
You're so
Redmond, I
mean
have
to me, guys.
that's not what's happening. Matt and Redmond are in third
Mean to
for
me all the time.
oh my gosh. Okay, who got it too?
Becca and Floyd. Disappointed to say that because I don't like the team that I have at number one, but they've been really good every week. So
Yeah,
this is where the passport does come in because they've been really close together, Becca and Floyd and Matt and Redmond. Matt and Redmond haven't had that giant brain fart that very well could have cost them their race the way Becca and Floyd did. So
yeah, Becca and Floyd are really good. Matt and Redmond have been really consistent, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. My number 2 is Tara and Joey.
nice.
Second place, then first place. I'll give them a high spot.
I gave him a high spot.
Yeah, but then you made questionable statements.
Well, I do that regularly. That's par for the course.
That's fair. And then I have Liz and Michael at 1, even though they got third this time. They won the last 2 legs.
Yeah.
Third here. I think that they comp if their navigation can improve, I think they're the best in every area in the way that they're doing. Last week I would have argued Matt and Redmond are better from a strength and like physique wise they are, but Liz and Michael challenge wise can just do well in about every facet that they need to, and
Correct.
so I put them here at 1.
Sounds good. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Um, any more thoughts before we wrap up?
I like cheese. You didn't ask for thoughts about the show. You just asked for thoughts I had. That's what was in my head at the moment.
You're right. That was very dangerous of me. I'm glad that I like cheese was as off the track as we got with that question. Um,
Well, as far
that,
off track as we got with that question this week, there's always future episodes.
that's true. That being said, make sure that you're following and liking our socials, Facebook, Instagram at Pitstop Pals. If you're that weird Big Brother account, stop sending me every single post that you make as a private message. It's
Plot
getting
twist, it's actually me. Not really.
that that would be I would
Sending it to my own show's page.
anyway, that would be wild. It's getting really annoying. But anyway, check us out anywhere that you get podcasts for continual um, coverage of not only this show, also of Survivor with Tribal Council Chat, The Challenge with New Generation Challenge Podcast, Big Brother with BB Brains. Before long, we'll be going back into the world of traders coverage with Roundtable Talk, as Bruce likes to say, sometime in this millennia. Um, Check us out on TikTok. Where what is happening? Okay, check us out on TikTok for everything going on over there, and buy stuff from our Redbubble merch store
Wall clock with my face on it.
with our face on it. Our faces on it.
My face is part of our faces, so it does have my face on it.
Correct, but it's false advertising if you tell people it's just a wall clock with your face on it.
I didn't say just my face on it. I said wall clock with my face on it.
Once again, implication is a very real thing.
I'd be a good salesman.
You would, because they all only give you half the truth.
But I'd be better. I'd give you three-quarters of the truth.
You literally only gave half the truth.
Well, this is a bad example.
But it's the only example we have, so sample size is what we're going with.
True.
Anyway, um, this was a fun episode, and we will catch you next week. So, like we always say,
Go!
the world is waiting for you. Good luck.
Safe travels.
You messed it up. Say it right.
Travel safely.
Say it right.
Isn't that it?
No.
Travel safe? Question mark?
Yes. Go.
Go?